All right, I've invested in some great deals, some big returns, some amazing deals, and I've also lost money, right? So some things I've learned, I want to share some of my secrets that I've used to basically be able to grow my net worth, to grow income, and how to analyze really any real estate deal or any other deal in that, no matter what asset class it is. So we're going to say, the biggest investment you make is in yourself. So by watching this video, you're going to get, okay, how do I actually analyze a deal? So let's jump in. All right, so my name is Bronson Hill. I'm the CEO of Bronson Equity. We have multifamily properties like this. We also do ATM machines, car washes, oil and gas, other sorts of alternative asset deals to provide cash flow appreciation and tax benefits. You can check it out down below at the link, bronsonequity.com. These are just my opinions. This is no specific advice for you. This is only educational and entertainment or infotainment. So let's go for it here. So I want to share this chart with you. This comes from my book, Fire Yourself, Replace Your Working Income with Passive Income in 3 years or less, available on Amazon. Check out the link below. This is basically the funnel, right? This is the funnel I use to analyze any deal. So if you see at the top here, you've got the market, then you have the operator down below, and then you've got the deal at the bottom. Now, typically this comes to us in reverse order. If you're on people's deal lists, you're on different people that are offering real estate deals, offering others that are private equity, other deals, you'll get a deal sent to you. They have hey, here's a new deal. We're going to send this deal to you via email. And so sometimes I get excited. Oh, this looks like an amazing deal. This looks awesome. I can make all this money. This is great. But it's important to take a step back and take a time out and say, let's step back and look at the market. What market is this, right? So I think the higher thing, even what's not here, is can this line up with my investment goals? And you look at that at each level. But looking at the market, so when you look at the actual specific market, there is a market for ATM machines. There is a market for senior housing in Arkansas in submarkets there. So let's just take that for example. If I'm looking at Fayetteville, Arkansas, senior housing in that one specific market, is there demand for it? Is there low occupancy, high occupancy? What is it like to own a senior housing facility there? Is the government favorable to that? Are they business friendly? Is it going to take you 2-3 years to even break ground as it does in some other states like California where I live? Or can you break ground pretty quickly? So these are all factors that go into it. Or let's say it's car washes. How many car washes per capita are there in this specific market? You can ask about multifamily in Little Rock, Arkansas, or Dallas, Texas. What is the demand? What's the rent? What's that actual market looking like? Is it growing? Is it shrinking? Is it landlord friendly? Is it business friendly? Those are all important things to ask. This is why we don't own much in California, right? Because it's a harder place to do business. It's a shrinking market. So that's a big thing. If you have a shrinking market versus a growing market, that's a big deal. And so you look at the market. Now, if the market is favorable, you can have kind of a mediocre operator and just an okay deal. But because the market is a great market, it's going to, the idea is the rising tide will raise all the ships, right? So if you're just simply in the right area, you can do some things wrong. That's why I love picking markets that are favorable markets that are growing. Again, not just, in multifamily, we look at population growth, job growth, income growth. There's other factors we look for with businesses and other things, but it's basically is it a growth market? Is it not? Is it favorable to own there or not? Really important. Second thing is to look at the operator. Who is the operator? Who is the person, once you kind of figure out the market, who is the group or the person that's actually in the driver's seat on running this deal? Have they done deals like this before? Or is this they've been successful in this other asset class and now they're coming to this totally new one? Now, it doesn't mean I wouldn't do that. It's just something to consider, right? So there's the idea of when you have, when they talk about when you bet on horse racing, which I don't, but you can either bet on the horse or you can bet on the jockey, right? So this is really the idea that if you have a great operator, they will communicate well, they will work together, they will really have, hopefully good results. There'll be some sort of track record that's there. And then what I think is really important to do as a passive investor is ask good questions. When you have an intro call or if you get on the phone, really I try to talk to everybody before I invest. I passively invest as well, and have a call and say, hey, these are some questions. This is something I see about this deal. What do you think about this? What are some risks here? Here's some concerns, and just see what they say. And one great question is, have you ever lost money or is anything not gone well in a deal? And just, a lot of people, it's not if they've lost money, that's not the end of the world. But I think it's just someone who's really honest with you, right? You sense you're getting the real person. If somebody is not You don't like, oh, nothing's ever gone wrong, we're fine. Well, it's either they're not being honest with you or they're just inexperienced, right? So it's important to see that and really see that those values line up. You can see this stuff on their website typically as well, that they value communication, they value performance, they value track record, they value these kind of things, because you can have great performance and not have good communication, and it's not a good experience as an investor. So that's the second one. The third one really comes down, so you have the market, the operator. The last one really is the deal. So going back to this chart here, you can see the deal is the last thing. And so after those first two line up, you say, okay, does this deal make sense? Do I understand two things, how I can make money, and then what's the one or two primary risks of how I could lose money? Because there's always ways you could lose money. And that's a great question to ask an operator too. Hey, I think, what do you think is the primary risk here? What's the thing that, could cause a loss of capital? And they should have an answer for that, right? And so it makes you understand how the deal works. Warren Buffett says, we only do deals, we only invest in deals that we understand. We don't invest in anything we don't understand. So it's important that you understand how that deal works, how you're gonna make money, how you're gonna lose money, just the different facets of it. If you don't understand it, it's okay. Just move on and find something else or educate yourself further on it. We say no to 95, 98% of stuff that comes around, but it's important to pay attention so that you can learn what's happening there. So again, just a quick summary, start with the market first. What market is that deal in? You look at the operator, their values, who they are, where they're headed, and then look at the specific deal. So there's this quote from Warren Buffett. He says this. He says, "There is no staff. I make all the decisions, investment decisions, and I do all my own analysis." That's really a good thing. You say, well, Warren is super smart and I should rely on him. What he's saying is, like, as an investor, you should really focus on your own investments. If you don't understand it, no one's going to care about your investments the way you do. No one's going to actually have the level of investment and time that it took to make that money. And so it's important that you educate yourself. Don't outsource your learning, or don't outsource, and because what will happen is then if something doesn't go well, you can blame someone else. Really invest in yourself. Invest in your own. Like we just talked about again at the beginning, the biggest investment we make really is in ourselves. I want to share this, but just talking about investing in ourselves, how I read 100 books last year. It actually was 98 books, but you can check it out up here, just some best practices of how to incorporate more reading into your life, audiobooks, physical books. And then if you haven't picked up my book, Fire Yourself, check it on the link below. You can find it on Amazon. And thanks for taking the time to educate yourself.